If you learned Excel, Power BI, Looker Studio, or even Google Sheet in the past few years, you probably thought you were set. You built dashboards, some reports, and even help businesses make informed decisions. Honestly, that was how simple to be a data analyst was a few years ago. Well, until something happened. Now, over the past few years, something interesting has happened in the market. I am sure some of you can resonate with this. Businesses are collecting data more than ever, yet many of them still struggle to answer some basic questions. Questions like which customers are the most profitable? Why are sales declining? Can we even trust these reports? The problem isn't the lack of dashboards or that businesses don't really have dashboards. The problem is that dashboards are no longer enough. And that's exactly what I want to talk about today. Let's dive in. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, if you have been following this channel for a while, you will know that we have spent lots of time working on projects around Excel, Power BI, Looker Studio, dashboarding, analytics, and reporting. Now, these topics are incredibly valuable, but while I was away, my career evolved significantly. I have spent the past few months working heavily on analytics engineering and data engineering within cloud platforms, building things like automation, data modeling, especially data modeling 2.0. Now, what I have discovered in that is that the biggest challenges businesses face today with their data are different from what they were 5 years ago. Now, let's rewind a little bit. The old analytics that is really very straightforward, get data from a CSV or Excel spreadsheet and analyze it, is gone. Things are changing. Not too long ago, analytics process was relatively straightforward. Data live in CSV, Excel, or I would say spreadsheets to accommodate Google Sheet, and a few SaaS platforms, like one or two SaaS platforms per business at the time. Businesses wanted reports, you as a data analyst build the reports, managers review the number, and in many cases that worked because everything was usually straightforward. But as businesses grew, so did the system. Now businesses have more data than ever. At the very basic level, they have data around their CRM, ERP system, marketing platform, e-commerce platform, accounting system, customer support tools, HR system, and to crown it all, we have AI helping generate more data than ever. Every of these systems generates their data, and every system tells part of the story, and that is something you need to understand here. All of these systems generate their data, but every of these systems tell part of the true story about a particular business. And this is where the main challenge happens, bringing all of this information together to create a single source of truth and be able to tell the whole story about the performance of the business, the health of the business, and where we want to go. Now, the big question is, what really changed? The reality is that data will need to be discovered, loaded, processed or transformed, analyzed, and what will need to be built. This process still remains. Every technology built in today's market still depends on this process for you to find meaning from the data. So what that means is that Power BI is not necessarily your problem here. As you can see, Power BI is really growing every day. On a monthly basis, Microsoft is adding loads of features. If you are the user of Looker Studio, you will also agree with me that Looker Studio is also growing on a monthly basis, and Excel is also not left out. So all these two technologies are growing. For me, the biggest change is in two things: the artificial intelligence that we have today and how businesses are really collecting this data. Think about it. A growing business generates millions of rows of data every month. They get data from multiple sources like their sales data, customer data, marketing, finance, operation, just name them. The question is no longer can we build a dashboard, and the question is can we trust the data behind this dashboard? Because to be honest, a beautiful dashboard built on a bad data is bad information, and bad information leads to bad decision, and that is worse than no data. Let us even pause and think about this thing. You are a data analyst. Your job on a daily basis is to simply pick up a few data that is in Excel file or in a CSV file, analyze it and give reports. That's all you do. And this most times take you like 2 days, 3 days or 4 days, or even sometimes a week or two to be able to achieve. This same thing that you spent a week or two to achieve, reality is that if this data is prepared and is in a central location, this same report that you build can actually be built within 30 minutes using AI. Do you think your boss will want to keep you? Today, what is happening is that generative AI is hitting the world so strong. And I am confident that you don't want to be taken away. If you don't want to be part of that, you need to be ready for the revolution that is coming into the industry. At least to some extent, you need to push back a little, grab better skill. If your company needs just one data analyst instead of 5, so that the data analyst can use things like Claude or Codex or Anti-Gravity to code that dashboard and do the work of 5 persons, why shouldn't that person be you? What is actually the new reality? With all this data being generated by businesses from different platforms and the advent of AI taking the industry by storm, we see how increasingly data analysts who have foresight are now upskilling, going into the world of data engineering, analytics engineering, pushing towards data governance and AI governance, because businesses realize they need more than just report. They need reliable data pipeline. There is need for consistent KPI definition. There needs to be a single source of truth. In other words, they need systems that could turn data into reliable and trusted information. That's why roles like analytics engineering, data engineering have become so important today. Not because dashboards disappeared. No, dashboards didn't disappear. But because dashboards depend on everything that happens before them. Businesses are investing heavily on these upstream platforms and infrastructure because they believe if we can build a single source of truth, have a reliable data pipeline, consistent KPI definition, and at the end, if they can build a scalable and reliable semantic layer around their data, they can easily use generative AI to query their data. They may not really need you as a data analyst, which is why you need to be prepared for this. What does it really mean for businesses? The businesses that succeed over the next few years will be the one with the best data foundation. The companies that can trust their reports, reduce manual processes, automate repetitive tasks, lower data costs, both at the compute level, at the reporting level, and make faster decisions. Are you at the point where you can actually help your business close the gap to access analytics and make faster decisions? If a generative AI has access to a clean semantic layer, they can do that in 10 minutes. And someone will be there building these data pipelines, building a reliable semantic layer and a single source of truth. So the question is, why shouldn't that person be you? Why shouldn't you be the one that will build all these data solutions? Reality is that you need to be ready. And that brings us to this channel. What does this truly mean for this, the King's Analytics channel? Are we running away from data analytics? No. We will still talk about data analytics. We are still going to talk about reporting and building of dashboards. We are still going to talk about business intelligence, Power BI, Looker Studio, Excel, but we are going to go deeper. We will explore data modeling. It's not just going to be business as usual, pick up CSV data, load it in Excel and build a simple dashboard. No, we will go deeper into modern data platforms, build data pipelines, make use of the cloud technologies like the big three, AWS, Azure, and GCP. And we're going to do loads of automations, and then we're going to dive deep into AI for analytics professionals so that you can be that person that will be building this solution for this company. Getting yourself AI ready. Most importantly, we are going to focus on helping businesses transform raw data into better decisions. That is the end goal of this whole thing, because that's what analytics is all about. Tools can change, technologies can evolve, but the goal remains the same: helping businesses make better decisions with their data. So I am excited what the future holds for this channel. It is not going down. We are pushing. We are getting ready for the future so that we'll be where we need to be. Right positioning is important. I am even more excited about where data and analytics are heading. So if you have been following us for Excel, Power BI, Looker Studio, dashboards and reporting, you are in the right place. We are not phasing those away. If you're curious about analytics engineering, data engineering, artificial intelligence, and the future of data, you are definitely in the right place too. So let me know in the comment section, what's the biggest data challenge you have been facing today? And if you're interested in any of these things that I have mentioned, you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? We are in for an exciting journey, and I encourage you to subscribe to this channel because there is a lot for you to gain. Share this video with anyone that you think will really need it, so they will be on the lookout for this exciting journey. And do not forget, whether you're a subscriber or not, the best way to support me in this video is to give this video a like. It is good for the YouTube algorithm. Until I see you again, keep analyzing.